We're not built to play basketball, idiots. That's the hard part. This is the hard part about basketball. You want to complain about the basketball in the 80s and 90s. Dudes are getting hip replacements, ACL, MCL, knee surgeries. So the way basketball is played, it evolves and goes up and down. We as humans are not built to play basketball. And the thing is, let's look. The players are actually better. We get 8 Achilles. It shit happens. But how many less ACL and MCLs are we getting? So the game is evolving. These players are training harder. These players are more talented, training harder, recovering better. We cannot avoid the inevitable, which is people are going to get hurt. Okay? Do you want the game to go slower? Well, then guess what? Get ready for this 350-pound gorilla to break legs and arms and fingers, and people get knee surgeries all the time. So the metric is what? Guess what? We're going to evolve and adapt, and there's going to be something else that goes wrong. It's part of basketball. It has happened since the day it started. Please, let's stop with the Achilles and this and that. They're running too much. They're doing this. Fuck yeah, you're running too much. You played 100 games, not including preseason. In practice, fuck yes, it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. These things happen. They have happened every single year. Stop it. It's not the shoes. It's not the tape. You think they don't have 6 trainers looking at dudes? We're not built to do this. That's what makes it hard. That's what makes it hard. And that's my rant. Good
when people when
God,
people when people when people say, like, if we're going to get into analytics, when people say, oh, they haven't played at a pace this fast since like the 70s. Well, was there a lot of Achilles injuries in the 70s? No, there wasn't, right? Or have it, like, not to my knowledge that there was this outlier.
They weren't keeping track of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Nobody was like, shit happens. You
yeah,
popped your Achilles. Okay, you're
but
playing basketball.
but hear me out. And it's happening to, you've seen guys with higher usage rate. If you are a role player and you make that and you do that position 100 times, right? I'm making up numbers. Or if you're a star player and you do it 1,000 times, right? Because you're the star player with the highest usage and you're always the driver, you're always this. There is a higher probability just based off of how many times you make those moves, because you're making it more than everyone else, because that is my current job, is to get downhill and to go do those things, right? You do see it, it can happen, but the higher your usage rate, you would say, the higher the probability is that you are going to do that. So Jason Tatum goes to 5 conference finals, Olympics, goes to 2 finals and wins a championship, all in like a 5-year stretch, 7-year stretch. The probability of him having some sort of extended injury, now again, it just goes to show, whether it's like a Dame Lillard or what we saw.
Seems to be guards for the most part. Seems to be guards.
Yeah, because big men aren't making moves. Big men aren't making moves anymore. The big men used to go down there and do all the shimmy and do all this stuff. Big men are just standing there. They're rolling a few steps. They're coming back out. They're sliding their feet. It's the guards, because they're the ones making the explosive movements. And it's the high usage guards, because they make explosive movements more often than everyone else. Like, that's the shitty part about it. And to your point, Channing, it's supposed to be hard. Jay Williams, I respect his opinion sometimes, but he was like, oh, we got to shorten the season. This is like, no, like, that's not what this is about, right? It's load management. It's not this. It's like, go back and look at how many minutes Kobe Bryant played in his 3 games before he tore his Achilles.
3? Oh my God, it's a long list. We see it all the time. It's incredible.
And he was playing 48, 48, 48. Go look at DeMarcus Cousins when he tore his Achilles, how many minutes he had played in like a 3-game stretch, right? It's like, when you see that usage rate go up, yes, that's part of it. That's what also makes Michael Jordan. That's what makes Magic Johnson. That's what makes Bill Russell. That's what makes LeBron James, Steph Curry. That's what makes these guys larger than life, because they were able to do it at a long time, at a high level, without getting injured and without having. That's one of the things that we marvel at the most. It's like, how was Jordan never injured in the postseason other than eating a bad pizza? Like, the dude went to 6 finals, dominating every one, winning 73 games and 69, like 72.
It's crazy.
And it's like, bad pizza is all he ever dealt with. And it's like, that's part of Bron played in 8 of these in a row. Like, come on.
Stupid. I felt like that rant was one, like, clip it, Frank, your nostalgia take, Channing. So kudos to you. You even had Richard giving you a.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. It's like we're trying to move the needle for the unavoidable. Things
Ooh.
happen. People get hurt, right? You're oh, let's play less or let's do this. Hey, guess what? If you want to complain about people sitting out, but then you want people to play, but then you're worried about them getting hurt. So there's and let's be real. I'm a practice guy. I'm not an all the time practice guy. If you ever hear the stories of Jordan, Barkley, those guys, the old school dudes, they rarely, if ever, practice unless they needed to practice because they knew they couldn't do that every day. So that is the thing about a coach. That's the thing about a GM is, hey, maybe we practice less, but we get more games.
I have a theory, and I've said this. I don't know if I've said it on here. I believe that there is a. This is I call it my race car in the red theory, right? Before you would have 3 or 4 games in 4 nights. You played more back to backs. Yes, performance was down, but then you would get 3 or 4 days of practice. And it might be 1 day or 2 days. It might be 1 day or 2 day of like rest, light, but then there would be like a tape practice where it's like, this is our chance to work on some shit. And you would go hard as fuck. In training camp, we would have multiple 2 days and grind. I'm probably still when Channing was a rookie, you'd have 2 a day, 2 a day, 1 day, 2 a day, and then like the last day the coaches would walk in and be like, hey, now if we go hard in the morning, we don't have anything planned in the
Oh, I
afternoon.
was here for that. Larry
Yeah,
Brown.
that was
Fuck me.
always the, oh, we're gonna go hard in the morning, and if we go hard then we won't have anything in the afternoon. So that was like your 5th day. I say that to say now players play every other day, right? They don't have many days in between. There's no practice days. JJ Redick talked about not having practice days because it's game, then you put the car in the garage, then you put it in the red, then you put the car in the garage, then you put it in the red. There's never another moment where you get that car revved up, right? To like a like let's say
Medium.
like a medium or a test run, because it's like we have a game, travel day, rest day, game, travel day, rest day. Like there's very few windows of time for you to kind of push that engine again in the season. It's just like it's gonna go sit there, then it's gonna go all the way to red. It's gonna sit there, it's gonna go all the way to red. Before we used to have moments in our season where we would look and be like 4 or 5 days and be like, damn, we're gonna practice hard as fuck. Right? Like, oh, coach pissed off, or we come back from a road trip and you would get 3 or 4 days and you would
Yeah.
have 2 or 3 of those windows. But when you eliminated the back to backs, you eliminated those windows. I'm not saying, look, we've seen an increase, so we have to look at what has seen since the increase and what the time in which we saw the increase. We have to look at how the game has evolved from practice schedules to game schedules. Don't just look at the shoes. Don't just go look at that stuff. So when I look at it, I'm like, cars are sitting down and then they're red, sitting down and then they're red. Like that is what we are. That's the way the game is now played, and there's no practice time to push the guys, maybe get them to a higher load level, and then dial it back with another day or two recovery before their next game.
And also, if you want to practice something for the game, you have to practice game speed. So wait a second. That day you're supposed to be kind of in the green to recover. You're pushing yourself in the red, and then you're getting less than 12 hours to put it back this way, and then you're doing that again. It's not, and this is why. So then you look at the preparation in the summer. Then you look at how guys are coming into the season. They're not really taking that. The summer workouts go dumb hard
Yeah,
starting in July.
hey, those motherfuckers are in a, before you used to get in shape during the season. Guys,
Yeah.
because training camp was so grueling, you could be 8, 10 pounds heavy going into training camp and you were going to lose 8, 10 pounds.
Easy.
The goal was not to be 15 to 12 because then
Right.
it's too much pressure on your joints. But if you were 7, 8 pounds heavier in the early 2000s, 9 pounds, you could lose it in training camp easily. Now dudes are coming into fucking marathon shape the day training camp starts. So you don't have to have as hard of a training camp. But again, you have to look at how that engine has been run. If that engine is constantly motoring at an elite level for a long period of time, that's the race car. You don't want a race car in the red.